7 facts school failed to teach you about money. Everybody will talk about value. Oh, you gotta create more value. Well, you just gotta create more value. But nobody explains where value comes from. So I'm gonna tell you where value comes from. So you have to create more value. Wealth, money is a store of value, right? That's what money is. It's a store of value. It's a way to store and measure value. What value? It's a way to store and measure the amount of value you brought to someone other than you. When I go to a restaurant, the reason they feed me is it seems like they're feeding me because I have money. But the real reason they're feeding me is because I can prove that I've served somebody other than me. So that's the first one. Money is not wealth, okay? The first lesson they didn't teach us in school. Here's the next one. Y'all ready? Time is not money. Time is money, time is money, time is money. If you say time is money, you're either delusional or you are a liar. You either don't know it's not money and you think it is, and you're delusional, or you know it's not, time's not money, and you're just lying to people because you want to sound cool. What are the dangers of believing that time is money? Here are the dangers. If you believe that time is money, you will waste a whole bunch of time to save a little bit of money. Am I keeping it real? Or you'll sell a whole bunch of your time for a little bit of somebody else's money. I've said it before, I'll say it again. One of the biggest differences between rich people and poor people is rich people value time more than we value money. Poor people value money more than they value time. The reason I pay somebody to cut my grass is not because I'm snooty. The reason I pay somebody to cut my grass is because it saves me time. The reason I pay somebody to clean my house is because it saves me time. The reason I pay somebody to fix my car is because it saves me time. I can fix my own car. But it saves me time. So what happened, well, Myron, what do you do with all that time you save? I put experiences in it. Why? Because the quantity of your life is really measured by the quantity of your life is really measured by the quality of your life. What do I mean by that? The quality of your life is not measured by how many years of experience you have doing a thing, but the quality of your life is measured by how many experiences you put in those years. And if you keep saving time here, save time here, save time here, save time, you can pack more experiences into your years. And so if you right now take one vacation a year, and let's say you're gonna live for 40 more years, you got 40 more years of vacation. You got 40 more times, right? But what if you start you have enough time now, you can take 2 vacations a year. You get to take 80 years worth of vacations in the next 40 years. Tell me that's not better. So, time isn't money. That's a great lesson that school doesn't fail to teach us. Here's the next one. You ready? You don't have to have a job. Man, this blew my mind. I'm so glad I learned this when I was 16. You know how I learned it? My dad came home from work and said, I ain't doing this no more. You ain't doing what no more? what exactly we ain't doing? what we talking about, Pops? Okay. He said, I'm not working for anybody else anymore. And he started doing for himself what he used to do for other people. Now, I don't recommend you do it that way. I don't recommend you cold turkey your job. I recommend you find a way to create value for someone other than yourself, and then you start doing it on the side, and then you do it so well on the side and so long on the side that eventually, right, you make enough money that you can call in sick for the last time. What's that look like? Call in sick for the last time. Hey, boss. Yeah, this is Myron. What's up, Myron? I ain't coming in today. I'm sick. You're sick? You've never been sick a day in your life. You've never missed a day for sick. I know, but I'm sick today. What's wrong? Oh, I'm having a little trouble with my eyes. Your eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? I just can't see myself working for you no more. Bye. You don't have to have a job. Can I mess up another one for you? You don't need money to make money. People say, it takes money to make money. No, it doesn't. It does not take money to make money, especially in 2026. That whole lot of stuff you need, money ain't even one of them. You don't need money to make money. There are people who make, in fact, you've never really took money to make money. Colonel Sanders got started by knocking on the doors of restaurants and saying, hey, I'll let you use my chicken recipe if you'll give me a percentage of the increased chicken sales. They were like, get out of here, old man. He knocked on 1,001 restaurant doors before somebody said yes. He didn't have any money. Didn't take money, it just took tenacity, it took character, it took discipline, it took stick-to-itiveness, it took sales ability. 1,001 doors, somebody finally said yes. And now we have KFC. This was a guy who was retired, and when he was retired, he saw his first retirement check. He said, not me. I ain't living like this. What do I have? Oh, I got a chicken recipe. I'll see if I can get a restaurant who already sells chicken to use my recipe instead of theirs. Exactly. It sounds bananas. But he became wealthy beyond his imagination as a senior. So some of y'all who think, oh, I'm too old. Old is a state of mind, child, please. So you don't need money to make money. Here's another one. Ready? Investing money is better than saving money. Save your money. Save your money. Why would you save something that becomes worth less over time? Inflation erodes our wealth because they just keep printing money. Why would you save that? That doesn't make any sense. Invest it. What's the difference? Saving is I'm holding on to it for a later date. What's investing? Investing is I'm putting it into something that's going to turn it into more. It makes way more sense to invest your money than it does to save money. I'm so glad I started getting acclimated with crypto in 2017. If I would have listened to my son in 2012 about Bitcoin, we would be trillionaires today. But I couldn't hear him because he was my son. Now, anytime my son and my daughter bring me anything, I'm listening. I'm like, say it again. So, investing money is better than saving money. This one blows my mind because not only did they not teach us this one in elementary school, they didn't teach it to us in high school. They didn't teach it to us in college. They don't even teach it to us in business school. You ready? The most valuable skill for making money. Like, they don't teach it in school. What's the most valuable skill for making money? The ability to sell. Persuasion, they don't teach it to you. It's amazing. Somebody can go to school, get an undergraduate degree for 4 years, go to medical school for 4 more years, go in for a specialty for 3, 4, 5 more years, and then graduate, and now they know how to do all this amazing stuff on the human body, and they don't know how to go and get any human bodies to do amazing stuff on. Okay, that's the most valuable skill that's not taught in school. This is the last one. They didn't teach us money math, or they didn't teach us math as it relates to money. Does anybody know what the foundation of mathematics is? What is the foundation of mathematics? The basic fundamental math skill is addition. Addition. Like everything in math, if you get good at addition, you can master the rest of math, right? I believe that in the United States of America, and most Western countries, but in the United States of America, the school system intentionally teaches math backwards. Because if they teach it backwards, they can make children confused about numbers. And if I can get you confused enough, early enough about numbers, I can get you not to like numbers. And if I can get you not to like numbers, when you become an adult, it'll be very easy for me to take your money. Now you might say, oh, that sounds like a conspiracy theory. Okay, cool. It can sound like whatever it wants to sound like. But there is an ethnic group in the world who are categorically better at math. Who are they? Asians. Asians are categorically better at math. Oh, they have a special math gene. Yeah, it's called they don't learn math backwards. That's the math gene. Say, what do you mean they don't learn math backwards? Asian countries teach math with an abacus, which means when they learn addition, they don't learn addition from right to left like we do. They learn addition from left to right. I'll show you on the board. This is gonna blow your mind. Well, maybe it is. It blows my mind. So math Somebody give me a 4-digit number. Just shout one out. 2385. Somebody else shout one out. 7214. Somebody else shout one out. 2120. Somebody else, one more. 4855. So what we learned in school is you add 5 plus 9. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 5 is 14. So I write 4 down here and I carry the 1, right? Isn't that where people first start to get confused in math? Isn't it? Carry. That's the first point of confusion. Okay. But what if we learned to add this way instead of that way? That would be more better. Because we know that this is the what column? Ones column. This is the tens column. This is the hundreds. This is the thousands. So this means that if that's 5, that's 5. That's 5. If that's 8, that's 80. If that's 3, that's 300. If that's 2, that's 2,000. We know that, right? Okay. So what's 2,000 plus 7,000? 9,000. What's 9,000 plus 2,000? What's 11,000 plus 4,000? What? You didn't carry anything. That's 15,000. What's 15,000 plus 300? How do y'all know this? Have y'all done this before? Oh, no, you've never done it before, but you still know it. Okay, 15,300. What's 15,300 plus 200? 15,500 plus 100. 15,600 plus 800. 16,400. 16,400 plus 80. Okay, 16,480. I know I'm going kind of fast for the video, but if you, like, all you gotta do is think about 16,480, 16,490, 16,510, 16,570, 16,575, 16,579, 16,584, 16,584, and I didn't carry anything. Now, why is it important to learn math this way instead of that way? Because that's how we count our money. When we count money, if I take money out of my wallet and I've got a bunch of ones and a bunch of hundreds and a bunch of tens and a bunch of 20s and a bunch of 5s, I don't count the ones first. So they taught us how to do math the exact backwards way of the way we count money. For the majority of people to be struggling, it must be intentional. 7 facts they failed to teach us in school about money. Those are the money traps. It's time for you to get untrapped, my people.